The Scandalous and Shocking Life of James Schlesinger. James Schlesinger, a prominent figure in U.S. political and military history, was a man of many controversies. Serving as the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Energy, and Director of Central Intelligence, his career was marked by significant and often contentious decisions. This video explores 10 of the most scandalous and shocking facts about James Schlesinger, shedding light on his childhood, personal life, and professional exploits. Fact number 1. Childhood and personal life. James Rodney Schlesinger was born on February 15, 1929, in New York City, into a Jewish family. His father, Julius Schlesinger, was an Austrian immigrant and a successful stockbroker, while his mother, Ria Lillian Schlesinger, was known for her strong influence in the family. Growing up, James was a bright student, attending Horace Mann School and later Harvard University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in 1950 and a PhD in economics in 1956. Schlesinger converted to Lutheranism during his adulthood, a move that surprised many given his Jewish heritage. In 1954, he married Rachel Mellinger, with whom he had 8 children: Cora, Charles, Edwin, William, Thomas, Clara, Elizabeth, and Anne. Despite his demanding career, Schlesinger was known for his dedication to his family. However, his personal life was not without controversy. Rumors circulated about his stern parenting style, with some alleging that his strictness bordered on authoritarianism. This stern approach was seen as a reflection of his uncompromising and often harsh professional demeanor. He once reportedly said, "Discipline is the soul of an army," applying this philosophy to both his professional and personal life. Number 2. The abrupt firing from the CIA. James Schlesinger's tenure as Director of Central Intelligence in 1973 lasted a mere 6 months, but it left a lasting impact on the CIA. His tenure was marked by the Schlesinger Report, a sweeping internal purge that led to the dismissal of over 1,000 CIA employees. This purge was part of Schlesinger's efforts to reform the agency and eliminate what he saw as inefficiencies and incompetence. The Schlesinger Report created a wave of resentment within the CIA, with many career officers feeling betrayed and demoralized. Schlesinger's ruthless management style and willingness to shake up entrenched bureaucracies were evident in this move. President Nixon's abrupt firing of Schlesinger in July 1973, replacing him with William Colby, was seen by many as a reaction to the turmoil and unrest within the CIA. Schlesinger later reflected on his tenure, stating, "The CIA needed a strong hand, and I was prepared to provide it, regardless of the consequences." Number 3. Controversial tenure as Secretary of Defense. Appointed Secretary of Defense by President Nixon in July 1973, James Schlesinger's tenure was marked by significant controversy and clashes with military leaders and members of Congress. Schlesinger was an advocate for a robust defense budget and was known for his aggressive stance on military spending. He supported the development of new nuclear weapons and maintained a strong defense posture during the final years of the Vietnam War. Schlesinger's policies earned him both staunch supporters and fierce critics. He was involved in contentious budget battles with Congress and was often at odds with senior military officials who resisted his push for modernization and reform. His insistence on maintaining a robust defense posture during the tumultuous Vietnam War era added to his polarizing legacy. In one notable clash, Schlesinger famously stated, "We must be prepared to fight, and if necessary, to fight alone." This hardline approach cemented his reputation as a tough and uncompromising leader. Number 4. The Nuclear Alert Incident. In October 1973, during the Yom Kippur War, James Schlesinger made a highly controversial decision to order a worldwide nuclear alert. This decision was intended to deter Soviet intervention in the Middle East conflict, but it also escalated tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union, bringing the world dangerously close to nuclear confrontation. Schlesinger's decision was met with mixed reactions. Critics argued that the move was reckless and unnecessarily provocative, while supporters claimed it demonstrated strong leadership in a crisis. The nuclear alert incident remains one of the most debated actions of Schlesinger's career. He defended his decision, stating, "In times of crisis, we must show our strength and resolve to ensure peace and stability." Number 5. Energy crisis management. As the first Secretary of Energy under President Carter in 1977, James Schlesinger faced the daunting task of managing the energy crisis. His policies included advocating for nuclear energy and promoting energy conservation. Schlesinger's tenure was marked by frequent clashes with environmentalists and energy companies, reflecting his blunt communication style and often alienating potential allies. Schlesinger's efforts to promote nuclear energy were particularly controversial. Environmentalists criticized his stance, arguing that it posed significant risks and failed to address the underlying issues of energy consumption and sustainability. Schlesinger's push for energy conservation measures also faced resistance from various industry stakeholders. Despite these challenges, he remained steadfast in his approach, stating, "We must pursue every avenue to ensure our energy security, even if it means making difficult and unpopular decisions." Number 6. The Infamous Memo. In 1974, amidst the chaos of the Watergate scandal, Schlesinger sent a highly controversial memo to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The memo instructed them to disregard any presidential orders to use nuclear weapons unless they were confirmed by Schlesinger himself or Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. This unprecedented directive stemmed from fears about President Nixon's instability and the potential for irrational decisions during a time of crisis. The memo sparked intense debate about civilian control of the military and the safeguards against unauthorized use of nuclear weapons. Critics argued that it undermined the president's authority, while supporters believed it was a necessary precaution. Schlesinger later defended the memo, stating, "In times of uncertainty, it is imperative to have checks and balances to prevent catastrophic decisions." Number 7. The Fall of Saigon. As Secretary of Defense, Schlesinger played a crucial role during the Fall of Saigon in April 1975. He oversaw the evacuation of American personnel and Vietnamese refugees, which turned into a chaotic and desperate operation. The scenes of helicopters lifting off from the U.S. Embassy roof became iconic images of American withdrawal. Schlesinger faced heavy criticism for the perceived lack of preparation and the inadequate response to the unfolding crisis. Critics argued that the evacuation was mishandled, leading to unnecessary panic and chaos. Despite the criticisms, Schlesinger defended his actions, emphasizing the immense challenges and the urgency of the situation, stating, "In the face of imminent collapse, our primary goal was to save as many lives as possible." Number 8. Conflict with President Ford. Schlesinger's relationship with President Gerald Ford was fraught with tension. Disagreements over defense spending and policy direction led to frequent clashes between the two. Schlesinger advocated for higher defense budgets and a strong military posture, while Ford sought to reduce spending and focus on domestic issues. The friction culminated in Schlesinger's dismissal in November 1975, with Ford citing differences in approach and the need for new leadership. This public firing underscored the contentious nature of Schlesinger's tenure and his often abrasive interactions with superiors and colleagues. Reflecting on his dismissal, Schlesinger remarked, "In a democracy, it is essential to have robust debate and differing viewpoints, even if it leads to personal and professional conflict." Number 9. The Standoff with the SHA of Iran. During Schlesinger's tenure as Secretary of Defense, he was involved in a notable standoff with the SHA of Iran. In the mid-1970s, tensions rose over U.S. arms sales and military aid to Iran. The Shah demanded more sophisticated weaponry, which Schlesinger was hesitant to provide without assurances of proper use and control. Schlesinger's assertive approach in negotiations strained relations between the two countries, leading to a temporary suspension of arms deliveries. This episode highlighted Schlesinger's confrontational style and the complexities of U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. The standoff ended with a compromise, but it left lasting impacts on U.S.-Iran relations. Schlesinger later reflected, "In dealing with allies, it is crucial to balance support with accountability to ensure mutual interests are protected." Number 10. The Mystery of the Schlesinger Memo. One of the most intriguing rumors surrounding Schlesinger is the existence of a secret memo allegedly detailing his concerns about extraterrestrial intelligence. According to conspiracy theorists, Schlesinger was involved in a classified investigation into UFO sightings and alien encounters. The supposed memo, which has never been publicly confirmed or denied, allegedly contained information about government knowledge of extraterrestrial life and instructions on how to handle potential encounters. While there is no concrete evidence to support these claims, the persistent rumors add an element of mystery to Schlesinger's already controversial legacy. Addressing the rumors, Schlesinger once quipped, "In government service, you often deal with the unknown, but not always in the way people imagine."